Ghouls, it's me, Krueger, the sweetest psychopath you'll ever meet, and welcome back to my channel. Hey ghouls, so I'm finally reviewing the Jawbreaker palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I actually already did a video on it, but I filmed like at 1 or 2 in the morning and I was just like so low energy and so tired. So I wasn't really happy with the way like everything came out, so I just decided to do it again. So here we are reviewing the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. And I also did pick up the mini Jawbreaker palette, but I'm going to do a whole separate video on this just to give it its own little time in the spotlight. So I had to order mine from Beautylish because where I live, we don't have a Morphe. So I actually just got it a couple days ago and I like it. If you want to get in real good and see like what I created, I kind of did 2 different looks in the eyes because as of right now, this is Jeffree Star's biggest eyeshadow palette he has ever came out with. And once I saw the colors and everything, I was like, bitch, I am living. So real quick, let me get up too close and personal with the camera so you can see my both of the looks I created today, which are these. I'm gonna go ahead and post pictures up on Instagram as well. I also posted pictures and the video from my last look on Instagram. I might add it into this one. Right at the back, I'm gonna say I love this way more than I did the Blue Blood palette. Like anyways, like I did say in my Blue Blood video, I'm not that big of a fan of like an all blue palette because I don't technically really care for blue shadow, although the blue shadow here, it looks stunning as fuck. Yeah, I mean, and with my opinion on the Blue Blood palette, it was definitely a buddy palette. I would definitely need a companion to work with it, to add other colors in there, because I'm not a blue type of girl. Or dude. I don't really care for blue too much. I like a hint of blue. Anyways, right at the back, this yellow in here is already so much better than the yellow that was in the Thirsty palette. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you. It is a different shade of yellow, but this yellow just came out so much better. Here it is. Of course, you can't see it too much on me because I am brown and tan as hell, so it kind of just looks like a bruise on my hand, but you can see for yourself on my eye, it is popping. What I did do different is I actually picked up the new Anastasia eyeshadow primer. This came out with the Alyssa Edwards palette, but forever I've been using the KVD high voltage primer that has been discontinued for like years, but it's honestly been one of my favorite primers ever because I never had a problem with my eyeshadow creasing or anything. And after it discontinued, I was like, bitch, what do I do when I run out? I still have a ton of it, but now that I got this, like, bitch, just take a look. Look at that. I put it down in my eyes, set it, and then I even use it to cut the creases to create the spot for orange juice and for wow, and it's very, very fucking pigmented, so I did like this a lot. The only problem I have with it though is that I had to close it immediately because so much of it like leaked out when I opened it. I don't know if it's because it's hot as hell here. It's like 105 degrees where I'm living, so I don't know if it's the heat that has anything to do with it, just the way it was packaged, or I don't know what, but it was spewing out like a jizz and dick girl. It was everywhere. I actually have it all over my lips. So if you're on the fence about this palette or whatever, I think it is definitely a good investment because the quality I feel is even better than the Blue Blood palette. I don't know, I had so much more fun with this palette. I even used a lot of the shadows to set the liner I did. I used the liquid lipsticks. Oh, for my lips, I did use Jeffree Star, combination of, I think, Problematic and I'm Royalty, and then I put the Jade Cosmetics Jeffree Star lip gloss on top, the one that smells like frosting. I hate frosting, so I'm just so glad that the smell doesn't last all day. It kind of fades away. I'm really excited, honestly, to create something with the Mini Breaker palette. I'll get on that real soon, because I know it's already been out for like a week, and I need to like really fucking step on it. I want to say thank you for all my new subscribers that have joined me here. I've gotten such a great response to my last video. If you haven't seen it, it's the one where I do like a Throwback Thursday but makeup edition, and I use the Swan Queen palette from Tarte when they did collaborate with Graveyard Girl. I forgot how much I love that palette, and so many people were responding to that thing about how they loved it too. I did about the palette because now they want to go pull theirs out and start playing it. So the other day, me and my friends were leaving the movies. We had just saw Child's Play, the remake, and surprisingly, I didn't hate it. But I mean, it wasn't great, but I also didn't hate it. If you haven't seen it yet and you're a big fan of the original, I definitely say go into this movie with like an open mind and just take it as a whole different movie. There's parts of it was really good, and then parts of it where I was kind of like, they're trying to look. There's like. One of the things that stood out to me is that they really wanted like certain characters to stand out for whatever reason, but I feel like there wasn't enough character development with them to really get to that point. Like I feel they did good with Andy, his mom, and Officer Mike, but with the other, like Andy's little friends, I just felt like there wasn't enough time to get to know them to actually like them. I found his little friends to be quite honestly annoying in the film, but for overall it was good, and I wish they did more with it. Obviously, it's going to be open up to a sequel, but I mean, it was cute. The movie was funny. There was parts where I was actually like, oh, Chucky actually does look cute. The doll's ugly as shit. Like, he looks like shit, and there's so many parts where you could tell he's like an animated, like, piece of shit. But there was parts where I was like, oh, he's actually kind of cute. And I love when they're watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. The clips, the way they show it, is not in order of how the movie was at all anyways. But anyways, nitpicking. Of course, they're watching the movie and they're laughing at it. It's the part where Bill Moseley character's Chop is like bashing the guy's head open with a hammer, and they're all laughing at it. And then Chucky kind of gets like in the impression that, oh, this is fun. That's what he likes. So he goes to get a knife in the kitchen and tries to stab Andy's little heavy friend. And it was cute. Like the movie was funny. There's this part, spoiler, where the cat scratches Andy, so Chucky's like, oh, you hurt Andy? So Andy comes back and he's like choking the cat, and then he screams at Chucky for doing that, and then Chucky has like the saddest little look on his face. So adorable. Anyways, so after the whole point of the story, after we had left the theater, we had stopped at a gas station to get gas and like little snacks so we could just go back to my place and chill. And there was this guy walking around outside with like this big like briefcase thing and a binder, and he kept trying to offer us tattoos. He's like, yeah dude, I could do tattoos, like here's my portfolio. It was just the binder. He's like, my whole kit's in here, do you want a tattoo? And I saw him asking a few people, and we're kind of like, the fuck? Like, out of everything you're selling tattoos outside of a gas station in the middle of the night. So I obviously have like a ton of tattoos, so he wouldn't ask me. I kind of just pulled my sleeves all the way down to not show my arms. Yes, it's 105-degree weather here, but I still wear sleeves. I don't like to tan, especially on the tattoos. So we're walking up, and he's kind of ignored us when we walked in, but then as we walked out, he was just kind of like, yo man, you want a tattoo? Blah blah. And I was kind of just like, no, hell no, of course I'm gonna fucking get a tattoo from some random guy outside of a gas station. But I kind of really want to know like what his whole setup was. So I was like, okay, like, well, how much are you charging for your tattoos? He's like, oh, it depends what you want. It could go from 50 to 60 to 100. And I was like, okay, where are we gonna do this? Like, where are we gonna do this? Is there a place to do the tattoo there, or we could just do it inside the gas station bathroom? And I'm like, are you talking about hooking up or tattoos? Like, what the fuck? And yeah, he was just like, or even he's like, there's a lot of light behind the store, like we could just chill there and like I could sketch it out real quick. He's all like really trying to push this sell of his off the street gas station tattoos, and I was just kind of like, wow. Like the hustle is real, girl. The hustle is real. And of course I wasn't gonna ever fucking get a tattoo there, but I was kind of like, well, you know what, I'm actually really short on cash right now. Do you have a card so I can contact you later? Just, I don't know what I was thinking or what I was trying to get out of this, except a story to tell here. But of course he didn't have any business cards, and he was just all like, oh, but here's my number, fool, and blah blah blah. And I just pretended to put it in my phone and actually save it. But I was just kind of like, oh, maybe I should have saved his number and then gone to get a tattoo like in the gas station bathroom, and then I could start a whole new YouTube trend, getting tattooed in the gas station bathroom by some peddler outside. Would you guys love that? Oh my god, and then watch me get like a fucking hepatitis or gangrene and my arm has to get chopped off or some shit. But yeah, I was like, okay, I've seen people sell tons of crazy shit outside. Food, dogs, a car, but a tattoo, that was the first. Speaking of like doing shit like that illegal and stupid, when I was younger, of course I always wanted like lip piercings and wanted all that shit, and my parents were very like against it. Like, no, you don't, like, we're not getting you fucking piercings or whatever. And I was under 18, so I couldn't just go by myself, which later on in the future, like, I have a ton of tattoos. My parents love my tattoos, and even over the age of 18 I can go get my piercings, and my parents fucking despise any of my piercings. Like, oh, that is so ugly. And I'm kind of like, I can take the piercing out, I can't take the tattoos off. But anyway, so I've always been the person to be determined, and when I want something, I'm gonna get something. I don't care who says no or who's in my way. So I remember I was 14 years old, a dumbass of course, and I was friends with this one girl. I'll leave her name out of it. I don't ever know what became of her. I think she moved to Iowa and I never saw her again. But she was telling me she was becoming a piercer. I was 14, I think she was like 18. She's like a senior in high school, as a freshman, I think. And she was just like, yeah, I could do it for you. Like, what do you want? And my dumbass was like, I want my tongue pierced. Yes. And I had previously asked my parents to take me to get a lip piercing, and they said no. So what I did was I had sent my friend's older brother into the tattoo shop to buy a piercing needle himself with some jewelry. And I remember it was a Rob Zombie tongue ring I had. And but before that, I had gotten my lip pierced, and you can see I have a scar from it still here and here, because I used that. It was a hollow needle, and I had his brother pierce my lip for me in their bedroom. Back in high school. I was so stupid. I could have gotten seriously hurt, but luckily I never did. Oh my god, there's so many stories with me getting piercings. I'll share more of those later. But today, but anyways, I was like, hey, well, I have this needle. And honestly, when she looked at the needle, she was kind of like, okay. And not till like later on did I realize there was actually dry blood from like my lip piercing still in the fucking thing. I'm such a smart kid. I was such a smart kid. So anyways, it's lunchtime and we sneak off behind the library. Me, her, and like two of my other friends, because like, well, you want to watch this? Because they're like, yeah, this dumbass is going to get his tongue infected and fall off. So I'm sitting there behind the school. She has me sticking my tongue out till it dries up so she could get a grip on my tongue. She kind of just marks it with a Sharpie to see where, just looking at my tongue up and down, takes the needle and bam, right from the bottom through the top of my tongue. I remember just blood dripping out everywhere, and her still like nothing's going on, takes the ring, shoves it in the bottom, pops it up, twists it tight on my tongue, and I had my tongue pierced. I was bleeding everywhere. I was spitting up blood forever. And then my dumbass, I remember my friend was like, here, drink this, and it was yellow Gatorade, and boy, the fucking sting. And then after the bleeding had kind of stopped, and we returned to the table where everyone else was, I was starving. So I grabbed a bag of hot Cheetos, and also that was a mistake. My tongue was on fire from the Gatorade, the Cheetos, and of course the fucking needle I had shoved in my mouth behind the library at school because I'm a dumbass. But surprisingly enough, it healed up pretty nice. And I had that thing for years, and I didn't take it out. You can kind of see like where it went through to the bottom, like right there a little. And I had that thing for years, and it healed up fine. It was perfect. It looked good. Nothing went wrong with it. I was lucky. And yeah, about like when I was like maybe like right out of high school, I think I eventually just like took it out because I got sick of it. I got lucky with that, and all the other piercings we did at home with my friends were so fucking stupid. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me. Don't forget to pick up the Jawbreaker and the mini Jawbreaker palette for $75 on Beautylish and JeffreeStar.com. Not sponsored. But yes, I don't advise anyone to ever go out and pierce anything unprofessionally behind a store, behind a school, do any of that stupid shit. That can lead to infection and probably death. So yeah, it's not smart, and I was lucky in that I healed up fine and nothing serious happened to me, except my parents like fucking almost killing me when they found out that I had it. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me. Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you can, I would appreciate it so much if you share this with all your little friends and family. And yeah, if you want to hang out with me in between uploads, you can follow me on Instagram. That's Tara_Krueger. I'll leave that down in the description below. But until the next time, I'll see you ghouls later.